How's it going, everybody? My name is Rashad, and you are now tuned into my very first YouTube channel. Super excited. Hopefully, the video does well because I really do want to do a few more of these videos in the future going forward. I was supposed to have done this one last year, and I just couldn't find the time to do it. But I decided I got to make the time. So I finally got around to it, and without further ado, this video is titled How to Digitally Emulate Copic Markers. And the two programs that I will be using to achieve this effect will be Photoshop and Clip Studio Paint. And down in the description, there should be a link to where you can find these brushes. Now, I decided to go with something a little bit simple for an example because I want to make sure that everyone grasps the concept as easy as possible without me using one of my own complicated images, which I will later do once I show you the basis of this. Alright, so obviously it's as simple as it gets. I just drew out a quick apple. And if you downloaded the brush from Clip Studio Paint's website, which is called Clip Studio Assets, then what you're going to want to do is head over into your material folder and download. Now, this blue image is what you're going to use. This is what you want to drag out onto your image, and then you're just going to want to drop it there. I have already done that, so there's no need for me to do so. But basically what it does is it creates this folder with a few overlay layers. And what I'll do then is fill in the apple. So basically the way I do it is I select the outside of the apple. Now, I'm not going to get too technical about how to use some of these tools within these programs. So hopefully you already have some basic knowledge on how to use them. And maybe down the line in a future video, I can get, I can get more in depth with it. But for now, hopefully you know how to use the magic wand tool. All right, so select the outside of the apple, and then I simply hit inverse to select everything on the inside. Then I simply create another layer underneath my line art layer and use the paint bucket tool to fill it in with red, and also add a little brown to the stem. Now that that's done, that's about as far as I go using Clip Studio Paint when it comes to this process. So now I'll just go over into Photoshop, and hopefully you've already downloaded the brushes in the description. All right. Okay, now that I'm back in Photoshop, what I'd like to do is there's one of these brushes within that pack called watercolor thingy. That's one of the ones that I like to use the most. I mean, I kind of alternate between them, but what I like to do with while using any of them is to make sure that I have my pressure opacity turned on, and also I like to have my brush blend mode to be set to darken. And then from there, you pretty much just, also another thing that helps with trying to achieve that true Copic Marker aesthetic is to download a actual Copic Marker color swatch. You can find something like that pretty much anywhere online, but off the top of my head, my favorite place to search for them is DeviantArt. You'll definitely be able to find one there. So these are actual Copic Marker colors. And let's see, right now I'm just gonna start coloring away. And as you can see, it, oh, I almost forgot. Undo that. Don't color directly onto your color layer. Instead, there's a trick that I like to use, and it'll make everything go by way easier. All right, create another layer above your color layer, and you want to turn it into a clipping mask. So right click, and then you should see the option create clipping mask. All right. Basically, all this does is now you can start coloring away without, worrying about messing up your actual art underneath. And the good part about that is it can actually be erased. So, but yeah, now I'm just going to show you how I use some of these colors. As you can see, the texture from Clip Studio Paint is really making these brushes stand out a bit more. I kind of like to try to leave like a little bit of space open to kind of imitate some kind of the shine to the apple, as you would do if you were using actual markers. And say you want to get a little bit darker, you can do that as well. But now I'm going to show you why it's important to make sure that your brush blend mode is set to darken. Okay, that's actually pretty nice. That's too much shine, I think. Okay, that's really good. All right, now I'm gonna pick a darker color, but I like to get like kind of like way out of bound, off looking colors to kind of offset it a bit. Now I'll use the dry watercolor for this. As you can see, you're really starting to get that Copic Marker vibe now. You can pretty much keep adding these colors. Like I said, it works as if you're using actual Copic markers. All right, another trick you can do is, it's the beautiful thing about working digitally. Now, let's say you have a spot and you want to add a little bit more shine to something, or you want to add another color on top of it. You can quickly go back to either normal, or whatever other blend mode you might want to use. But typically, I like to use normal in case I make a mistake and I want a brighter color in another area, and I just simply start making it brighter again. Maybe add a little bit of white. And that's pretty much it. And if you get that down, you can pretty much kind of play around with it and, with your own artwork and see what you can come up with. Now, matter of fact, I think I'm just gonna save this. It actually looks pretty good. The character that I am coloring in this image, her name is Brielle Gillingwater, and she is from my series Outland, which is a action sci-fi. It's being published and serialized within Saturday PM, which is a digital seinen magazine. So if you guys want to go over to our website, we also have an app, and you can find it under Saturday AM on iOS and Android devices. So yeah, if you guys want to check that out, that would be greatly appreciated as well. For this channel, as you can pretty much surmise from the name, I really want to put art first, and not just that, but I want to put the audience first, like subscribers, or who's ever watching the vids. I really want to help everyone improve their skills and become a better artist. There's a lot of things that I wish I had known in the beginning or at some point in time that I just didn't know, or whatever. Anything or any kind of tips that I can give to help you become better, then I'm more than willing to make these videos. And my goal is to make at least one video every week. That's the goal. I don't know what the next video is going to be, but I really wanted to get this first video out of the way, no matter how cringe it may be. So hopefully you guys really do learn something out of this. I really hope you do. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next video. So if you guys would like to, leave some comments, let me know what you want to see, what you'd like to see me discuss on the channel, or whatever. Just, any feedback will help.
I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path. If you want it bad, I'm gonna show you where it's at. Yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done. I'll be number one, working hella hard until I get just what I want. Yeah, rises like the sun. Yeah, fatal like a gun. Shooters gonna shoot and I'm gonna shoot until I won. Yeah, always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow till I finally prove it. Never never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own agenda.
And there you have it, folks. That's how you digitally emulate Copic markers using Photoshop and Clip Studio Paint. Hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully the video wasn't too difficult to follow or understand. And hopefully I did a pretty good job for my first YouTube video. So if you guys could leave a like and a comment, maybe even subscribe, that'll mean a whole lot. Also, be sure to follow me over on Instagram if you don't already. And yeah, in the meantime, until next time.